Yatinase, yes, another day is here with us, and so we converge to discuss issues relating to the arts and entertainment. Today, we focus on another allegation knocking on the doors of Kuami Eugene. Well, a musician says he's stolen his song titled Showbody. True or false? His boss, Richie, is some way, somehow blaming the media for some of these issues. We table it for a riveting discussion. It is Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV. I am Benefo Boabin Abrantipa. Thanks for joining us on Bloggers Forum. And on Bloggers Forum, we table issues relating to the arts and entertainment for a riveting discussion. Nene B is a columnist, a lawyer in the making, is an author. Nene book no ache. Minim the entire book no. Is it coming out this week anyway? This year?
It should be coming out within the next month or two. The book is actually done.
Okay.
Yeah, it's left with some
He's waiting for me.
red tape, some red tapings.
He's waiting for me.
Nane says you are waiting for him. Is he the one who is going to write the forward?
No, I'm getting him people to write it.
There's something I've actually it's some behind the scenes stuff. But it's true actually. I'm waiting for him.
Okay. So Nene B is a columnist and he is an author. He will release his book very soon. Nanayao is the director at oneplayafrica.com. Nana Akwaba.
Just a minute.
Yeah, fine.
Oh, Nkonkonsa, last week now, Ghana were for headlines now. They are there. Nipa frame me.
I want for frame.
As a matter of fact, I'm saying Facebook there. I did my temper. My training to become.
Yeah.
But
now, my numbers. But I'm with that time. I'm follow on Instagram. Follow me.
Instagram handle cry there.
I am Nanaya 18.
Oh, okay. Moon follow no.
Follow now I could get them.
Yeah.
My mom would do my Instagram handle his nameless. Who did do my Fine girls and follow me.
Amabroni is on standby for tidbits. We call it Nkonkonsa.
Now what trade it's an uncommon iron wound, some man share ya man obey maker. What? Young country once, let's there drop it one baby you 1 hour, saves there, and we na kwa basem in a nina, or I say, I'm a brony. Now what tree in some my course entertainment industry in an I have born at Babasum. My try when I embrace say ya. And my chassis say about Chrome had his own himself Ghana for the Yasumi and the Menewo, Yasumi and the rough. Now, Sabana say, Woko for cameras, Wusso, Nan Sembia Couch Becaso, one shadow crass, and I will come first one as Anna Yebefano. Now, some will be Munima Abnako, I say mental health advocates, bipolar disorder. She's suffering from NDA as a matter hoarded out. Onya sa manic episode I was Abena to make a cancer be a nature because one can eat move and chenny the Kakugo. Abena it's about time I was seeking help. Of course, she's seeking help Nene. Now what you may at the why you say, just say, I let some Komokosu when he said, then Eko share. Yen sister Abena Kokona once again watch your cameras in his radio or bed drop information and Kasa. I better the dropping list be a merma be or chemo on the one IABB. One way dear girl won't pim I have been a cobo a year Eugene concerning ding I was Alice much him on the do on the name and die on to me castle on the concern a dim pemegori but Tafri Bomski one moon did that Tafri Bomski dear or Chema Eugene Onimian Kasa. I know the Uncle Bamani A1. Now some me buy na mafaka say I've been on him so ni pay wa ko be bo on dey bebe aware na yes o yes hwe ne ebeko anya 2 days na abna buy no car so it was one of that manic episode and e buy na just say okay kaka nsem ti abna chema won abubo won di wo mu no na eja e so ye needful no ofre bi no so text chew so opamo chew say ni say na ye ntimo fa no bone nchen onu den ko nim san case wo afeda abna te ho a obesha Eugene Osafo-Nkansah Nkonkonsa or the assemyako okay FM mama message no or texting so on fan channel na wan kan yen Eugene the akwa na okokan na Abena chema Eugene e godi be na person ni midin mia na misi ma abowudin me pa wo chew na anka wo kwa won deserve because adi waye Tafri Bomski no wo ye e ya ade a wo ye wo be ka che ni say wo yire kra anka woni ma won ware no mpene Abena wo ka kan say bebe say Abena wo ye sure say yampa na oh na Abena drop a screenshot Eugene texting message I want you to come come no umbra studio and I say come ne when or drop it some AEB wa wuchiri ma pese on ya Abena Korkor hia na say one dey na wo ye tafribonski no be ye bia ma na Abena drop no say wow ba pato up 20 sa egoria de bi na wo ye na ko okay na wo reading message into Eugene unya dey wo o say wo de say na pese wo ye de ne wo be ye hu fia kasa enche kro be drop video bi e man sem bi esi hu ne ntem no o abechire mu nyina manti amanfo ye wo ha ne be ko bia nkomo ne se na be ye bia ye de be brem adam say den krom ha de onu say artist de bia won hu sem but e bi no ho aya say won pe won ho ase wo beti won kan na je say won release nyom bi na kwesi ata na wotwe be keka nsem na nkofo say kwesi sa na yenim say won so wo hye ho saa o chema eye Dope Nation twins on woni sa adenti ana ubeka ya some time ago na Dope Nation betrema wo call show bi na eye Kosiata boys no mu disrespect won nti wo bekeka ansem bebre na Kosiata chema asema Dope Nation beken enimu da she sense nti wonim na nti a wo betwa to say you lied on my name say na o chirem nti sadia oni woni sa.
Are you cool with Dope Nation?
Am I cool with Dope Nation? No, I'm not cool with them.
Why?
I'm not cool with them because they lied on my name.
Mafwe de men kai mo ya mo be kai e July 2014 na Castro any Janet any asamwaja mo kwada na news be to just so Castro ni Janet o ma tonsum o ma yira be si na ye hu echi akwan na mra e wo krom ha na che say so be yira after 7 years na be to make declare say de hu ewu na e July 2021 and e be 7 years asemi esi nti eno na court be declare say finally say ya until won kana July 2020 ba na che say ye declare e Castro any Janet dead. Now I am Miss V, I former Links Entertainment signee. I say interview bin and say kosun say I say release feelers bebre. Now ni recent one no chima. I hear our Links Entertainment one man car bi na sem by na ori filable no. I fed ye mo amu se kai ye free na mo de man say na Miss V chire mu. I fed ye ofi I fed mo se ontua kana Miss say ontua ka star bayana ade mu se free no so dey fine se mu se mu be muntua ka wo dey metua na o che mo ka che ni management wo dey obetua ka kan nti Miss V chire ma ade a Links Entertainment dey ni but Links and respond say asem na Miss V kan say yampa ana say enyampa na yenjina Links ntem ya so eye Kuami Eugene mo amunim rock star ono na eye Nigerian artist be I train just all na read the ding o chema eye ni nyom show them oberia feeling change they say they were soon I was soon na some ye buy na eye Links Entertainment one boss which means I didn't say me abeto do chema eye track list no mo release no the da crowd not show body wom and san kwa na Nigerian artist ne kwa ebe release this anu no wo mu say o release and san Kuami Eugene dey ba but wo show one track list ma not show body wom nti to me nka se wa bewia and I reach chema eye Ghana ha say media mo na mo sorry mo keka nsem fa Kuami Eugene na wenya wo say ne wo siu ne but Kuami Eugene dey bia ne mo ma ne dinda o sample nwum kakra mu say we but we dey Links wenwia and mama yantu ankomo so eye Shatawale Essan boss no oye state of the industry address na mu na din sem bebrebe toja o chema Ghana is about time ye tie ye nwum ne mbo 90% of Ghanaian music dey bia mo sorry na Nigeria na afedi dey bi say them say industry no kwanima mumbo 90% of Ghanaian music actually also kwa abochi ni ofu bisan so na Ghana nyombe na yeye no also no kasa wen hu bibia anka nti je say Ghana ye ba ha ye ni special genre of music bia ye na ofu bisan say na high life na Shatta no so ye ne wan na nsem ye obeke kan na ye entertainment pandit and now that Samuel Bedo everything bia akase Shatawale we ye confused we ye inconsistent wa krom how say industry ye enkoso time ye kase ye pushi 80% of Ghanaian music on boy room one kan ho hwe wa panelists for cancer na wa na be didi wan after the wa san so atwa ho akase ye ni genre of music also o so ya wo kase no wa san so akase na nsem iba na nkofo kase Shatawale ase wo aya wo kan sem bia na wasan so aba na wa be sesa wan adwen ti Shatta wo ka amenye nana mu ne asam abedu adwen na se musa asam na Shatawale akan e say yes sesa nyem e wo entertainment industry ni na watwe na a police for mu dem say me betu ja so say wa akire nkofo bia na nka wo pese wo di we say wa wonim we na wa wo hwe picture ba ya we an wa bobbo ne to say wa akire rap ya I am going to say, Sana Chrome Hamu Shiriza. Now, send me by na John Dumelo, actor John Dumelo, politician, or didn't send ordinary to much Magana has a muton cigarette. Cigarettes, I no motor. I don't have the uncle read the muse read illegal. Now, send me by now, focus Dumelo, the one to not just say legalize the idea and enter the old Yaka Duka Kana for the old Rika Kanye cry, and you call me the Gaja farmer. I know my Antoine common swear. So, Moka a tornado of a fair nigga film. Oh, no, didn't send me a besuja. Or trim my Ghanaian celebrities, muy fake. In the said, yeah, I do want funny say on the moon rolly. No, can't send me ever Zion Felix, any show you so. Then, Zion Bisani so. Now, only Miss Bass and Shadan who show me. I don't know Jim also. One of the Hobat on Shadan 10 and Kaya. And I'm suspect to say, I don't mark one, some of the Muni Mokurama boom. Now, sending back to Jana, a Miss Bo, on Nkonkonsa about no Achima. Oh. Nana, Fanny Bonnet, a woman say, I say, waffle mocha cravats. Who cast on an Nkasa, he not on any bay soup. Miss Bonana, throw you. So, when on any bay soup, he not in the bedding Nkonkonsa, a guy. What for Samba no best would Nkonkonsa, he not be friend, and no didn't Monty. Nana, or patch of Fanny Bonnet, na sounds so accepting. Na Moonbom, celebrity friends, Neja, Mon just say and Kakra. I'm a friend of my for D Black and some semi and sorry. D Black no chema. Mama who's on in Mia Juma and now say 5 Frida Rice near day. Just on go for baby age. Welcome Biana on the 1 year Jumankasa. No, Ochema. Move Becca so a Jumo ye own ye, I no one nakakra any enda kakra na yen room kakra, de bentasa. Or no dear, so your Biano who say what talents no what drive now say you are in for the job. I don't obey your Juman. It is almost on your BB or baby a Juman fed on in your beer, chess and any driving. And in talent and only judgment. Mamma Castle, I record label, one in me, one on the done. The black famous assembly day and yampan, Timon forget to cry. The black and no see, also on a man ender. My engineer Sonaja, you're finding them brewery, that's a ne, I'm a brony, Homer cousin in a Melbourne, Namida Besum, Abrantipa, so my.
Ama yadase yasum ewa hase Bloggers Forum Ghana Web TV. That's Ama Bruni with tidbits in Komo. For more of these stories, visit our website www.ghanaweb.com. Mami shasi free nene so nene ba hache. Ane ya de eja. If you nipa. Nene. Which of the stories would you want to run with?
I feel like that question is mischievous because you know the story I want to run with.
Looks like you want to do Abena Korkor and Eugene. You see, when it comes to some of these things, I know you. There is no way. You never disappoint.
Yes.
The laughter is even funny.
Eugene is my friend, he's my brother. And I really he deserves a lot of accolades. For a young man to do work and for the work to attract praises in the public sphere or in the public domain, that means that work was a really worth commending. I feel like all young men should be able to learn from Eugene. That our whole body was made for everything else. You understand? I don't want to maybe a collaborative program. So you can use your anyway.
You
your
can use
tongue,
any part.
Your fingers,
It's
everything
okay.
to do work and be commended for it. And so I want to commend Eugene for. However, there seems to be some form of denial from his part, right? Even though it's not really a clear denial.
Yeah.
He's not saying that what the lady said was true or false. He just said that the lady apologized to him. Right?
Yeah.
And apologizing for, I think she might have apologized for making it public, something that happened in private. That doesn't necessarily mean that what she said was a lie or not. And she also put out a conversation between Eugene and herself. And to me, I like soap operas. I like drama a lot. So this is a story that I'm really excited about. I want to keep following. I hope they keep bringing more tea to that, to that space.
But we've seen some people post her videos. Anytime she has an episode, and there have been some comments, you know, number of comments and all. Do you think that as a society we are helping educate people on the disorder, or we are just taking delight in whatever expose she is giving out?
I want to say this about that. Yesterday I couldn't sleep in the night, so I watched her video. I think it's like 2 hours long or something. I watched about 40 minutes of it. And she made a lot of points in that video. The expose was like less than 5 minutes of that. Yet that was the portion that got carried in the news the most. And there's nothing wrong with that, because sex sells. You can't run from that fact. And you are not going to write a new story on the whole 1 hour, 2 hours video. You are only going to write story on the part which is the most headline grabbing. What I have liked from our journalists or from people reporting on the matter is that, you see, there's something that I didn't go to journalism school, but I started working in journalism at the age of 19. One of the things my mentor taught me is that the whole story is the first paragraph and the last paragraph. So the most newsy parts, you keep it in the first paragraph and the last paragraph. However, between the first paragraph and the last paragraph, whichever details are important to you, the writer, or whichever details you think people need, you put those details in the story, right? So you could have sensationalized, you would cut the sensational headline, write the expose in the first paragraph, but in the following paragraph, we could have done some more education on the whole mental health issue, what bipolar is, why hers is a specific, she had a specific episode she has. And probably that may come from the blogging culture we have in Ghana. Let me say why it is that. Because the first thing you want to do as a blogger when you have a newsy article is be the first to put it out. Because when people Google it, they are going to click on the first thing that they see. So you want your story to be the first thing that come out, so that when people Google Abena Korkor, your story will be the first that will come out. So because of that, the time that you will spend to do some research, people don't do that. Bloggers don't do that. Don't spend time doing research. You can't do everything, right? You could have called some experts to educate you a bit. And I think that it usually doesn't take up to even 30 minutes to do some, those sort of research, right? And I would have preferred if our bloggers have taken some 5-10 minutes to do that research and then put it in the story. And then the public who is reading would go beyond just the sensationalism and then, get into the meat of the matter.
Right. Nana, then Echo.
Avanti. This week, I think I would like to talk about Castro Dennis Bandu to be legally declared dead. In July. One of the few people who I think about when I think of Castro will be Kewa. Because if you know the relationship between Kewa and Castro, every time Castro's conversation comes up, it's hard on Kewa. And so when the news broke that July, police might probably file for him to be declared dead, I reached out to Kewa and had a conversation with Kewa. I had a conversation also with D-Flex. Tilly also in my office. She also interviewed Quick Action to find out how Castro was, and everybody keeps saying the same thing. Nah, or you'll be the whole Joe Boadia, and he's a very lively person. Now, everything about Castro is super fun. I think one thing Kewa said that got my attention was that he said, at the time that Ghanaian artists were not fighting for producers to get what was due them, Castro was making sure that producers were getting what was due them. To the extent that he's one of the artists that can travel Kobosu and Bochana Waba to make shop a whole bag. The better producer because one man hit. It's sad that an incident like this has happened, and this is how we are going to lose one of Ghana's greatest musicians, Castro. The incident and the things that happened around his death, and the whole spirituality of he's somewhere and he's not talking, and I say wabomu, you know, a whole lot of fabricated spiritual things, to the extent that some people went to Ada and said they went to speak to the sea and all that kind of thing. That's not an image that fans of Castro, including myself, we would like to have for our legend. It's not a way that if you think about Castro, you won't think about Toffee, you won't think about Odopa, you won't think about African Girls, you won't think about all the hits Castro played, but you're going to think about it, how people went to a certain sea or whatever, river, to go and lie to us that they're going to talk to the sea or whatever to get him back. What am I saying? It's very sad. And another thing that hurts me the most is how we've left out the young girl, Janet Bana, and how a mother till now might be grieving because you can't come to understand why your daughter is not back. And even what will give you a bit of maybe happiness is that maybe the media would have also recognized your daughter, but they don't. Just until they're not one come home. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, for Janet's mother and father and the siblings, I'm wondering what they'll be going through in July if police comes out to declare Castro and her dead. It will be very, very painful. But this is what I'm hoping to see. My family now, Yako. It's not easy.
In general, I can't a month. BB8 missing.
Oh, your train says points. And you're 1 month now. What's about my hope? I train 6 years. Well, Nipa number. A bank grab say, and to be ready, declare we're working out my hope. My miss. But I mean, I want to encourage the family. It's going to be a hard ball on them. I want to encourage the family to hold the faith. But what I want to see is this. Initially, I wanted to bash all his friends who are artists because I have not seen their level of interest after the whole Adan thing and all that thing happened. But I can also pardon them because, their interest in terms of... Yeah, in terms of, if I just oppose it against how a certain Biggie and Park murder case has not been solved, but there has been so many things out of that incident, with interest always picking up. As I speak to you, there's a new movie on Netflix that deals with the aftermath of the Biggie and Park death, the unsolved murder. It's on Netflix now. So I can pardon them because maybe I won't train say Castro Baba. So I pardon them. But in July, when it happens, I want to see his friends come out in full force to show, to not make his legacy die in just like that. Remember I said that, I was with Andrew and I said that Rollins, the art industry, we didn't treat Rollins very well, even the whole media. And he was like, what again made them do? What again made them do? Oh, you remember? Yeah. Fast forward, what is Musica saying? They want to do something for Rollins. Chroma say, I know that everybody has what they call important. And then what will be important to me might not be important to Nene. But I tell these artists...
Making fire is important to me.
But I tell these artists that so far as it's one of your own, you have to make it an important part of your life. So that one day, if you two are no more, you will always be celebrated. I was telling a friend of mine who's an artist that the current stars, Shatta, Sax, Stone, Samini, whatever, right? One more celebrity Ebutela, performance, and Papa Yancy, CK Man. And he was like, I'm going to celebrate. I'm saying, I'm like, yeah, they should know their birth date. You understand? They should celebrate them so that the younger musicians who are also coming will see what they are doing for those up there, so they will do it for them. Because in Ghana, we have a tendency of letting legacies die as if it's 20 years on, Biggie is still the most celebrated in the space of Bad Boy Records, yes or no? 20 years on. To the extent that recently there was a new documentary on him about his mom talking about everything. And there's money
to tell. It's on Netflix.
Yes.
I'm on my phone right now.
And there's money generating for the family to take care of the family. And You can say, oh, then they come 200 Ghana, no, my 300, no, my 400, no, come and one no. But you see, we have to find a way of maintaining people's legacy. Papa Jansen is dead, right? Did you see the funeral? Funeral. Like, people who have laid down their lives for the industry and they've served the industry. And the way we make them go away and their legacy is not even added to anything, as if it's a woman.
Mostly the complaint is that the new crop of musicians do not attend the funeral of some of these.
Yeah, so I was telling a friend
because sometimes mostly, you attend funerals of people you know, right?
Not all the time.
I'm saying mostly, culturally. You attend funerals of people you know. So sometimes the older musicians and younger musicians, there's usually no relationship between them. But I like the point you're making. I wanted to chip in something.
Chip in.
Yeah. Something I've noticed on streaming platforms, most old Ghanaian music are not on the streaming platforms. Like my favorite rapper, Nkonkonsa, apart from Oduma, his music is not on any streaming platform. Recently
was when Reggie released his music on the platform.
Apart from Nkonkonsa, the high life musicians, most of them don't have the. And you realize that the musicians who have their music on the streaming platforms are those who are, in a way, kind of still doing music, like Daddy Lumba. All his albums are on the streaming platform. For Nkonkonsa. Yeah, and those who have international, who have done music outside there, that man used to produce his music outside Ghana. Yeah. But those who are living in Ghana, I don't know whether you can blame the new crop of artists or you can blame they themselves, right? Because there are some. I like listening to old music a lot because I'm a music nerd, and when I search for music from other parts of the world, which were released in 1930, 1915, I can find them online, and it's easy to. But when I look for a Ghanaian album, maybe I've heard this song when I was a kid, and I want to go back to it, it's very difficult to find. So it's very difficult for me to appreciate or go back to the feeling I felt when I first heard that song.
So there's that gap.
There's a big gap when it comes to legacies in our art industry in Ghana. Listen, the reason I said I wanted to bash Castro's friends was after the 4th year, every year, some media houses try to bring it up.
Yeah.
I have not seen an interest, for instance, in a build-up, in a way to even harness certain emotional support for family of your friend.
How were you expecting them to execute that?
Okay, thank you. This is something that I'm passionate about because I want to one day if I'm not there, if people to celebrate me. So, how to whip interest or raise emotional support for Castro's family is the stars. Every time it's a year on, everybody coming out to put out a solidarity message. There can be videos. Castro gave people hits. As a matter of fact, Sarkodie's biggest YouTube views right now features Castro.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't care about the money. That is their business. But I'm saying that as a way of paying solidarity to somebody who had also voiced on your record, it's important that every year on, when you hear that, hey, I feel months where Muna Castro, 84 years, I won't buy you. It's beautiful to do a video to encourage family. It's beautiful to do a message and say, listen, this is for Castro's family. We are with you guys. We haven't forgotten about you guys. You see, you can do it in a way that the media will also take it and then drive it. If you're doing it personally to how Ghanaians treat some of these things, I can say, oh, they do it and they send it to the woman directly. Now, like he's saying, then the new generation of artists, they don't know that this is how we're supposed to even come together for our own. The reason why I said funerals not all the time is because, you see, Park, when he died, let me use Biggie for instance, when he died, a lot of the rappers that gathered around their time, and then agree.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
One of their own had fallen. Therefore, everybody comes together. What I'm saying is that even if the old artists who are not our friends, who are not getting us closer to them, because it's generational times, we have to make the effort of turning up. Like how if our own is getting married, we all show up. It's the same way we do it, because tomorrow it can be you not doing music. Tomorrow it can be you not being alive. What am I saying? Say, oh yeah, and Flake, Adi say na ye no efe. It's just you my home. Me kai obi ayawo. I'm not MB Papa Wuye. I had the same cringe that I didn't see his friends. I didn't see them on the social media. I didn't see them come out to do videos to come and support you. I saw a few of them tweet. But how you would have seen the US stars coming out all out. Even when a US star goes to prison and is coming out, it's a big deal in America because they protect legacies. They protect some of their own.
Right.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Castro in July, if Fofian to attack, Nase, Abayin Bekase Wawua, I want to see movie producers come out to say that we want to be able to build a certain movie that will defend or keep Castro's legacy. It can be a docu-series with a blend of acting in there as somebody as Castro to tell the story.
Okay.
So that money can, so that aside keeping the legacy, it can also generate money for family. I want to see his colleagues in the industry not just come out to do videos. I want them to be involved. Involvement in us in coming together to even not just do one song, many records. People who have songs with him that they have never released, they should. Now, Ames is no more. Ames, Namifa Ukraine say it's so sad that Castro's line is almost gone. Ames is no more. So whoever Ames was working with on Castro, please reach out to some of us. Let's organize all his music.
I just remember something last year during the when they were having the what do you call that thing? That's how they organized.
Which one?
The battle, no.
Behind the hits.
The behind the hits thing, no. I remember what's that guy's name? JQ saying he shared a lot of stories about Castro, JQ and 4S4 Captain Planet. They shared a lot of stories about Castro, and they said this year when there is that declaration, they're going to have some celebrations to honor him, and I hope that they'll keep to that.
Okay.
No, I know that. I know for a fact that Jay and CPDM. You see,
I think Nanea's concern is the fact that the
longevity of that thing.
Yeah.
It's really
and then a few people are just doing it.
Yeah, I think that the whole thing is. Let's be honest. Anybody who comes into who decides that they want to be famous in life is a selfish person. So every of our entertainment people, including you and I, they are all selfish people. So anytime we want to attach ourselves to something, we want to attach ourselves to things that will benefit us. So people want to celebrate Castro in a way that will benefit them. So now, I think that the CP, JQ, and the rest should be looking at ways of making the Castro celebration fun enough, at least, so that the younger people would want to be a part of that field for their own benefits.
They have a bigger challenge. You know why? I was on radio on a different platform. I won't mention the station. I was trying to ask people how, because I asked that why are we not doing the show around Castro? Because this is the time government has come out. And Obi can say 7 years, dear.
That one to be.
That is even the bigger problem in our industry.
Yeah.
Those of us who are supposed to help
the media
protect these legacies are the ones. We are the ones that put less attention to it. But you see, if Castro's power friends, Castro has got a relationship with Stoneboy, right? Samini, Sack, Shatta, right? All these guys, if they all come together and they all say that, listen, together with JQ, Captain Planet, and everybody said, listen, we want to establish the Castro, whatever annual event. We want, and they are making a move to a station, media house. Nobody will say no. Nobody. Listen, if JQ and CP do it themselves, I'm telling you, if the people who have power, Kewa, Sack, and all these guys come together and harness one power and say like, listen, we want you guys, Ghana Web, one play. We want you guys to come on board every year, like how it's done for Biggie, like how it's done for Park. Every year we go celebrate this guy because you see, if we don't do it for Castro, we didn't do it for CK Man, we didn't do it for Papa Jansen, we won't do it for Castro.
Okay, right. We'll take a break here. Me Castro. Okay, yeah, Kasa Afonso. The first time I called him, I was looking for Kofi Kinate's number. And so when he picked the call and they were speaking, I asked him of the number. He shouted. I think it was on one of his other phones. So he shouted in Infanti, "Hey, Aze, Kinata ne number no way infan." You know, that was the first time I spoke with Castro. Let's take a break. When we return, we'll talk about Kuami Eugene, who has once again been accused of song theft. It's Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV.
From the dawn of time, people have engaged in several businesses. With the onset of technology and innovation, life has relatively been made easier. By using debit or credit cards,
mobile banking.
Thank you. And your favorite, mobile money?
tech has indeed married business. On BizTech, we spend time with faces behind known and upcoming businesses in the country.
Learn more about the new technologies and innovation,
as well as find out about the trending issues in the world of business.
Join us as we serve you with a variety of compelling interviews, projects, and others right here on Ghana Web TV.
Welcome back. It's Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV. The name is Abrantipa. Nane Alredu is with OnePlayAfrica.com. Nene B is a columnist. They are my guests. And we're having a conversation. Now, we just finished with Castro's conversation. Yeah, Nene B also touched on Nkonkonsa Eugene. So, next is Kuami Eugene, who has been accused of song theft. Showbody, last week's episode, we were doing sampling. And I remember Naneo and Mauli, almost the face who are saying, you know, the most interesting thing, both of them were saying the same thing, but what they say, Mauli was bent on calling Kuami Eugene, Kuami Eugene a thief, say, he didn't seek permission, a home croneba, and Naneo was saying that, well, even if you didn't take permission, you can do the work back door when you are doing the publishing works near home croneba, but what they say, Mauli say, so far as when you keep permission, oh, my phone that home to me, my fa. You go and use the phone, and when you see me, you say, I've taken your phone, or you're 2 hours, say, same catch or whatever. Anyway, so let's continue. Now, the Nigerian musician, Oduma, as Kuami Eugene, every name, show body, show your body. In fact, when I checked the views, Kuami Eugene 2 million and over.
In 8 months.
Yeah. And Oduma is 11,000 or so. Yeah, 11,000. Let's just say Kuami Eugene, but that's not the case. So we're talking about, I think it was Nene Nana Mibisa about the song title. At least minimum Shika, the minimum say Odo, just Odo. I can count the number of songs that has Odo as titles. Castro had Odo, Oni Kinata, Obi Dowa Samini.
Yeah, that song also
Odo for the Maybe we should begin from song title.
Okay.
Are you entitled to a title of a song?
Okay, so the title of a song is a very different conversation from the song.
Yeah.
Yes, but the title of the song is totally different from the song. I don't think you can get copyright, especially say copyright protection for the title of the song alone, because. But we do talk about that when you're talking about. But the title of the song, you can get a trademark protection for the title of a song.
Like how?
So Ghana Web is a trademark, right? So the fact that you people have used Ghana Web for 25 years.
22.
For 22 years, if a different news organization want to call themselves Ghana Web, you people can sue them. You understand? Even if they are not necessarily the same type of, they are not necessarily a website, because it's still news. So the title of the song is a trademark with which you are using to sell the song, right? So you can get protection for the title of the song, but it depends on what the title of the song is. So you know this song, Every day I'm hustling. Yes. Recross going to sue. There's this group called, is it LMFAO? Because they have a song called Every Day I'm Shuffling. And under normal trademark agreement or copyright, you say shuffling and hustling are the same, right? But the courts didn't give, they didn't allow Recross to win the case because the expression Every Day I'm Hustling is a common expression. It's an expression everybody uses. You understand? So you can't get protection for something which is a common expression. So I'm thinking of a song title like Cash Rules Everything Around Me, Cream. That was an original creation from Wu-Tang Clan. Nobody had used that expression in music before them. So an expression like, a title like Every Day Cash Rules Everything Around Me could be, I'm not saying it is, could be protected trademark of the Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay.
So apart from things which are peculiar like that, it's very difficult to get protection for the song title alone. Yes.
Right.
Unless your song title is something special, like my name is Tenebi, it's a special name. Nobody else is called something.
I asked that because Richie has said that the only common thing with a song is the title.
Exactly, yeah.
But you've listened to both songs.
I've listened to.
Do you sense any similarities apart from the title?
Zero similarities between the two songs.
Really?
Yes. Let's have a very surface level conversation. Let's not even go deep. The two songs have two different concepts. Not even the sound. They have two different concepts. The other guy, what's his name?
Oduma.
Oduman's song chorus is about girls shaking their body. All the girls they shake body. All the girls they shake body. All the girls they shake body. I don't understand what he meant by that. It could mean two different things, but it's all about girls shaking their body. Eugene's song is about a specific girl shaking his body. You understand? Those are two different things. Saying girls should shake their body and saying a girl is shaking her body are two different things. You understand? And so the concepts of the song are different. The progression or the chord progression of the song or the arrangement of the songs are different. As in, one is a mid-tempo song, one is a fast up-tempo song. You understand?
Yeah.
Three, the beats are even different. And the lyrics, there are no similarities between the lyrics of the two songs. Or was it?
There's nothing, bro. There's nothing. Challenge.
There's some in music, when you are fighting for copyright, let me just go there. There are two ways. I think we'll come back to the plagiarism thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just talk about, in order to own, if you are accusing somebody of stealing your copyright, then there are two things the court look for: access, which we'll talk about later, and substantive similarities. So there should be something similar between the two songs, substantive. You understand? Because the fact that even if it's the same lyrics, the fact that they are all using the same lyrics doesn't mean that it's the same. You understand? What are the similarities between? There should be substantive. And you know, in copyright, the court use something we call a reasonable man test. If a normal human being who thinks reasonably hears the two songs, are they going to think that the two songs are the same? That's the test for copyright protection. So will a reasonable man think that the two songs are similar? That's the protection. So you as a reasonable man, you think the two songs are similar?
Nania was saying, he kept saying it's not the same when you were talking. Nana.
Charlie, yo. See, you know, initially when the thing came up, I told myself I wasn't going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because I've said it here countless times that the people who are supposed to educate the public or the layman when it comes to these copyright issues don't even know what it is, and they misinform and they call it a thief. We've called somebody's son thief. Look at this song that has show body. Even the engineer's name in the song is also a sample from Qubit. Check, play it. Play the song. The first in the engineer's thing. Qubit is what? Qubit. Let's go. Let's play the song. When we start to play the thing down in copyright, the guy loses the case here. Or the court, we wish him all the best. You can't tell me that I've written a song, right? And your song came out when? His song is what, July?
It came out in, yes. It came
July 17th.
Yes.
July 17th. I had my birthday, because I MC Kuami Eugene's album launch. I had my birthday on the 6th of August. Before my birthday, the songs were on the music stores. So the day that Kuami did the album listening was the day that we ushered Open Gates into the public. And we even announced the date for the album. So before we got to even June, and because Sadiq was with Kuami Eugene in June doing a special listening.
Yeah.
So
I remember that.
Okay.
I think he made reference to, was it Sarkodie's, an album of one of the artists that he listened to. And he said now he has the opportunity to listen to another
one from Kuami.
Yes, and that he can say it will be a great hit.
You see, on the back end of, like, I always pick the data because that's what I deal with. When we are uploading songs onto the stores, depending on the marketing value or marketing reach or the plan for the album, some labels, if I'm working through me and I'm pitching to Sonny will tell me that, George, send me the things a month or two ahead, so I can put marketing budgets behind it. So you will see a kid is waiting for Golden Boy album, right? But I can tell you that by this time the songs are already done. Every marketing thing has been done. They're just waiting for the song to just come up, and then you see a banner on Apple Music, a banner on iTunes. We don't do that thing within 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. It doesn't work like that. Globally, when you're releasing music, it has to fall within a certain circle, a certain timing, because they recognize the spaces that everybody must enjoy. So we don't wake up one morning and then release an album, release a song. I can tell you for a fact because we worked on Adam's mood swing. He will tell you that the mood swings tape, when we sent it to Sony, they said the time that we are giving them is what. So if we can wait for 2 months, they can put a marketing plan and a budget behind it. So when you see a certain Jackie on a Times Square in New York, it's not just woke up and it's just there. It takes time because that billboard needs a space to be available for us to put it there. When you see a Burna Boy album and he has a big billboard in other parts of the world, in their airports and things, boss, it takes time. So if you think that because the video for the audio came out in October, therefore you have a base to say that your song was inspiration behind Kuami Eugene's show body, it's laughable. As an artist who works with data, unless he tells me that when I recorded my song, right, I called Links and I said I want to feature Kuami Eugene. I called Links maybe somewhere February, and then Links said they will not give me the feature. But I had sent the song, I have proof of email. You see, or I have proof of messaging, either WhatsApp, SMS or iMessage, to prove that, yes, in February, I spoke to Richie Mensah of Links Entertainment, who said Kuami Eugene cannot do the feature, only for me to hear a song called Show Body. Then we can open the case. Don't come and tell me that when you play the 2 songs, there is nothing similar. Listen, both of this man and myself, we follow one man called Kanye West. He is the biggest sampler in the fucking world, excuse my language. But you get it? But the whole world knows that, oh, this Kanye guy, if you do the sample, he will go do the right things. This particular song, there is no, listen, it's even like so painful. You know what they're paying Richie? They're paying Richie say, there are not going to Kuami Eugene songs. That's the guy, people can come out and say that, and it is clear that it has been sampled. This one, why is it sampling?
Talking about Richie granted an interview to...
Let me say something about, let me do some small education on something.
Okay.
About when your song doesn't necessarily have to come out before you can make claim about whether or not somebody stole your song. Because in copyright law, Ghana practices a common law system of governance, right? Where common law system, you don't necessarily have to write something down right, before you can earn. You don't have to go and register your song before you can earn copyright from it. The moment your song is fixated, the moment your song is on anything that is playable, it is deemed that your song has been published. Your song has been fixated.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
For which reason your song is now protected. So now, we don't know his case in court, so we can't just speculate.
No.
So there's a way.
And the case is already he put a case in the media. He put a case.
To be able to make a claim, there should be what's the name? There should be. I want to do just this education for the people. They should be able to. You should be able to prove that Eugene had access to his song.
But that's exactly what Nana said.
That's what I'm saying. Listen. No. Relax.
You mentioned one way he can claim access. One way he can claim access is if the song had already been put out.
No.
He did not say that.
I build collabos for artists in Ghana.
Relax. You mentioned a way he can get access to.
We send a song to an international artist from one local rapper, right? We send a song via email, and the agents of the artist reply the email saying that at this time frame that you are looking for, the artist is unavailable to do the feature because he's working on the project. So now, when the artist project drops, we send the email in January. In January, we sent that email that, okay, this is our big song. We want to do a remix with this artist in UK. Then they said, okay, the timing is good, but the artist is on a project, so you have to wait. Now, if the project of the artist drops, and we hear a certain similarity, whether chord progression, whether melody, whether even inspiration, we have every right with our access given to us, our evidences, the emails that were sent and that was replied. So I'm not just speaking on access on song releasing. I went back to the database.
I want to add another point. I get you. You're not saying you are wrong. You're right. Another way you can establish access is, for example, if Eugene and the guy recorded a song in the same studio. If Eugene and the guy maybe had a song mixed by the same person. If there is even one person link between Eugene and the guy, for example, the person who directed his video, maybe the cameraman who took the video, the same cameraman Eugene worked with.
Yeah.
That the guy can use that as evidence of Eugene having access to them. So it doesn't mean that you will go to. I'm just saying that access is not just limited to he sending the song to Eugene or just him putting the song out. It could be through some form of contact.
Okay.
The most important thing that we look at when it comes to access is relationship. Is there a relationship between the guy and Eugene? And the relationship can be in any form.
Okay.
It could be through a cameraman, through maybe they went to do an interview in the same studio. And maybe he could say or Johnny pen drive in the studio. I mean, it's like when it comes to court cases, people can say. So I'm just saying that access is broader than just access.
Okay.
Let's say, because I have not been in a space with Kuami. I was with Kuami in Lagos, and if I speak, maybe someone will say, maybe I may buff, I may defend Kuami. But I've seen how Kuami Eugene works. I've seen Kuami record with other artists and how not other artists. Kuami recorded Nanaya, Don't Leave Me Alone, and other songs that we have. I have seen how Kuami works. I have seen how, whatever you're saying here, I know that Kuami does not have anything to do with the things you are saying.
I'm not saying that
I'm just saying that for all the things, the assets that will probably make the case even open up in court, Kuami does not fall in the race because I know how he works. You get what I'm trying to say? The thing is that, the painful part of this whole thing is that the media could not wait for a case like this to come up to call the boy a thief. It's like to cement the deal that come here. Because media like David Mowley and things are always saying, so when the thing came, nobody even tried, like you were saying earlier on, to spend even 5 minutes to do a research on the database of the two songs. Please go online. If you go to Apple Music, you will see the time the song was uploaded, and you see the guy's own. You can't use visuals to judge copyright because some artists release songs earlier in the year and release visuals later in the year.
Sure.
Depending on how the song is doing, and the song was part of a project, but nobody did that basic research to even come out to say that even though yes, Kuami has been seen or Kuami has been tagged with sampling people's music.
The project came out in July.
Yeah, people must come out to sue him. Nobody did the same. Okay, if he actually holds water. I feel, maybe I could be wrong, I feel that we are enabling or we are starting a conversation that will come back and bite us as media people. Because when you meet me, maybe I'm doing an example because I did a docu-series. I interviewed an American guy who was at BMI about Calvin Boy's, what's it called? Featuring Manifest. What's the song called?
I think I don't remember the title.
Yawanodi.
Yeah.
Why and I asked the BMI guy that this particular song, and I gave him the song, the owner of the song and everything. Then he explained to me. Now when he explained to me, then I came back to even educate some of my friends that listen, there are songs on the digital stores that artists clear for sampling. We need to be very careful. Your song can be on Apple Music. Depending on whoever is putting a song up for you on Apple Music, if it is TuneCore, if it's Orchard, whatever, where there's sync licensing part of the contract that you don't read carefully, you allow your song to be used for commercial purposes, for sampling, so that the system will generate the money in return for you. So the system gives your song as it's available for movie, anything like movie, shows, whatever. So that if once it's used, the platform will generate the money and pay you back. So they send these songs to Netflix and Amazon Prime and all this. The same thing is they open it up for artists who are also doing sampling. We got to learn the right things and say the right things.
Okay. So before Nene came in, I wanted to read a transcript of an interview Richie granted Doreen Avio on this matter. He says, anybody who listens to the two songs will see that there is no similarity whatsoever. The only thing that is similar about the two songs is that they are both called Showbody. However, they released their song in August. In July, Kuami Eugene announced his album's track list, and Showbody was one of the songs on the album track list. The song was recorded in May. Faz recorded and sent his verse on 6th June. Everything was done, publishing was done, and in July, we published the track list. But because the video came out in October, they were thinking that this was announced before Eugene's. So if they come with a story, they can get some attention. But this is what I mean. All it takes the media people to do is a check, or to reach out, or find out. This is, sorry to say, nonsense case. He goes on to say, let's even play the devil's advocate and say that they have any case whatsoever. So they are taking Kuami Eugene to court. Is the media the courtroom? What business has this got to do with the media? When somebody is suing somebody for a house or somebody is fighting over land ownership, do we come on to the media to speculate or on who is right or wrong? So the moment somebody does that, you should realize that the person is looking for attention, because if the person was looking for a solution, you went to the right place, you went to the court. So stay in the court and get your solution. Why are you going to the media? This artist has taken it to the court, and our lawyer sent everything to show them that this case makes no sense. So it's up to the court to decide. As I am saying this, you can go and check or Google Kuami Eugene's Son of Africa track list, and you will see it was released like a month before the Nigerian artist, even released his song. So that's what Richie said. Quick reaction, Nene, on Richie's statement. Under 2 minutes, let's wrap up.
Richie blame of the media is misplaced, because the thing is, Richie has used the media to advance his causes as an artist on occasions. So he should understand that what the media does is carry stories about artists. So Eugene has a narrative. Every artist in the world, no matter who you are, has a narrative the media have about you, right? If you Google any artist's name, no matter what they do, there's a particular narrative the media want to paint about them. Eugene has a narrative which the media didn't start. It was fellow artists who have accused Richie Eugene of quote unquote stealing their song, his song, on different occasions. So there is a narrative about Eugene, which is the fact that he's a quote unquote song thief. So if somebody comes to you,
sampler, what's a song thief?
That I said quote or unquote. So there is a narrative about him in the media. Whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter. So if somebody comes to you and say, Eugene, the guy you know for this has done what you know him for, that's an easy story to sell for the media. So as a member of the media, that is a story I will take. Whether how you handle the story is what differentiates you from a different journalist. A journalist will want to call Eugene and have his side of the story, which you and I know that if you call Richie or somebody in his camp to give you their version of the story, they're not going to give you their version of the story until the story comes out. They always like to be reactive than, but that's their personal business. The point is, Richie cannot blame the media for carrying a story when there is a story, because in this case, the guy went to file something in court. So there is a story there. As to whether the story is true or not, you can't tell the media what to do.
Right, Nana, let's wrap up. Final words.
Okay, so yeah, Richie is blaming the media because media is supposed to do not just report, but also do a base of their work, like a little research, investigations, or whatever to check.
They are not supposed to. They can do it if they want to.
When you're talking, I was quiet. So the guy have come to the media, yes, because he's an artist. It is not wrong for him to say that or release documents that should have gone to file a case against another artist for sampling without proper recognition or proper.
Is this not a case of sampling though?
No, why is what?
This one wasn't a sampling. It's a plagiarism.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that case, he has every right to come and give the story if it's Ghana Web, Wampole, whatever, because obviously he's an artist. Even if he loses the case in court, he's supposed to benefit from it. Which is benefiting is what we are doing right now. You get it? I saw the story that Ghana Web did. I don't know if it was intentional, but they put the guy's music 2 times under the story.
Yeah.
It was intentional.
It's intentional for you to listen and make your own judgment.
No, they put the guy's story and the Eugene story. No, this story.
Both stories were there.
No,
they were both songs.
Both
the link
songs
that
were
was
there.
sent to me.
Both songs were there.
They were, and then maybe you've changed it because it wasn't.
Both songs were there.
It wasn't.
Okay.
The link that was sent to me. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Have you seen it? Is it both songs?
Then that's a mistake. It's supposed to be both songs.
Exactly. I know what I'm saying.
But when I saw
no. Wait. I've seen it. So it's instead of the 2 songs, all the 2 videos are
the guys
Odumas.
Yeah.
So
I saw the 2 videos.
Yeah. So the guy has every right to do that. You understand? So you cannot blame. You can't say that it's the media, the courthouse. You understand? Because obviously we are chasing news, and this is newsworthy. So we will bring it out and have a conversation. However, once everybody has done publishing the guy's part, as the ethics demands, you have to do what? Reach out. If you reach out to Richie and he says, I won't speak, it's another story. That says that
reach out to Richie.
Who has?
He said he was.
Who has?
He did an interview with
The guy says nobody reached out. Did he say somebody? Nobody reached out to you.
But there's an interview that
he did an interview.
He granted
Yeah, I'm saying that in the
journalist.
interview, he said that nobody reached out.
No, but what can you say nobody reached out when you are doing an interview in the news and say nobody reached out?
He is doing the interview
because nobody reached out to him for an interview.
Nana Tuaso. No. It's okay. Tuaso. Let's wrap up. Nene, don't interject.
They are team. They kind of writing now. Because of law and Ubia won the priority, Ubia won the Obenia ethics. If somebody calls me that I am a good licker and I choose not to respond to it, and media people are taking it any angle, right? And nobody reached out to me to find out if it is true or not, I have also right to call who I try to say Abatepa, grant me this interview to respond to this, because nobody has reached out to me. That's what I'm saying. That's the work that we do. Now, I published the guy's part. I've done the guy's job for him. That's the right thing to do. Now, I pick a phone. Recently, I called Richie for a story about Highlight. He said he was in a meeting. He won't respond to it. Bulldog and I had a certain back and forth recently. I called Bulldog. He said, Nanaya, don't put me on record, but I think that if I respond to I1, I will be taking the hype away from my new artist. So what you're going to do is you're going to say that you spoke to me, but I want the attention on my new artist, and that's what I played on radio.
Okay, but we don't know for a fact that it was Richie who
the
asked
interview
for
that the story you just read said that.
I'm saying
that Richie just said it in the interview that people could have done their checks.
People could have reached out. And what I'm saying is that you and I do not know whether it was Avio or Richie who called for the interview. It is possible that wait. Avio is also a journalist. It is. I get why Nene interjected. It is possible that after Avio realized that everybody is pushing this angle, she decided to follow it up to Richie. She's also a journalist.
No. So you're about to my case. You're saying that after we publish, I get a story. I get your story. I've done the publication. I didn't reach out to him.
The publication is that the guy has filed a case.
So I've done the publication.
Which is true.
Yes, I've done that part. And he cannot blame the guy for doing that. That one I don't agree with him. That you can't say the guy cannot come to the media. He needs to come to the media because it's a story. Even if he doesn't come to the media, there are people who are always around this copyright and they will find out and they will break it. So he can't say that. What I'm saying is that after we have done that, who tried to reach out? The news publications, who tried to reach out?
Probably Avio did.
I have done a story, so many work for people, public relations wise, that you call and then say, oh, no, this story come. You could talk, say, you no go respond. Then we use that to also do another story. Even on radio, you are a radio person. When you are talking about a story and you call the person says he's not, you say on radio that then you have your clear point. All I'm saying is that between Richie and Avio, it doesn't matter who called whom. There's a form of trust there. There's a little work that was done outside the box. That's all Richie is saying, that when this thing come up, even if you can't reach me, do your mathematics. You go check the online. Check the online. How difficult is this? The song did the album tour. Album was released when? When did you release tracklist? When did we do this? Because you see, funny enough, the Kuami Eugene project that we're talking about, I worked on it too. So whatever is happening, I feel like, oh, okay, people go check before you go do another story. It even gives you more credit and more things for your readers. Okay. Because if you're doing more work, you're getting more views. Because a hot cake, until you check it online. Date, maybe your headline can be, maybe those who are lazy bloggers, maybe your headline could have been 2 days comparing whatever between Kuami Eugene and whoever, right? Then your readers say, oh, okay, and Kuami Eugene, you never say, okay. Then you can do another story and say that video comparison. Video was released in October, this was released in August. Could it be that video so and so could influence these guys? You know, that's how you do the work. But as you're becoming too lazy.
All right, Nene, do your final words in.
Okay, so like you said, rightfully, Doreen is also a journalist. And after the interview with Doreen, the medium that published the guy's side of the story also published Richie's response. You understand? So it's not like the media deliberately decide not to carry one side of the story. So Richie cannot say the media did not reach out. Maybe you can say, you can't tell anybody how to do their story, especially in the blogging age when if you do the guy's side and you do Richie's side together, you have one story, that's one click. And if you do one side and do the other side later on, that's 2 clicks.
You can't do 5 clicks from this story because
yes, I'm saying, and then I don't think the media is doing that.
Listen, if you decide you've penned before, you know what I'm saying. The time you used to write for high newspaper, I used to see your work. I used to see you and your mentors' work. I'm saying that these days boys are becoming lazy. We don't want to accept it.
That one is a different conversation. That's a different
conversation.
No,
it is because we have to do the right thing.
It's in a spinal word, Una.
It doesn't matter. You know, I get what you are saying, but that is not the case in this case. Richard should stop blaming the media when he thinks that the media is not going his way. All artists do that. Okay. When the media is not going their way, they start blaming the media. But
yes,
the media
I get that. He doesn't have a point by saying the guy shouldn't bring the case into the media. That one is obvious.
You understand?
Yes, that one he is wrong.
But the media should do more follow-up.
Yes, that's the word.
And the media needs the follow-up.
That's
close.
Nane already is with oneplayafrica.com. Nene B is a columnist and they helped me with this discussion, this episode of Bloggers Forum. Of course, we have done justice to the topics. We are celebrating our 22nd anniversary, hashtag GhanaWeb22. Let's celebrate. As part of the celebration, we are doing a road safety campaign and the hashtag is hashtag Ghana Web Road Safety. Let's know the challenges that you are facing on your roads. Let's reduce the rate of accidents. If you are a victim or a survivor, if you lost your relative, if you've witnessed an accident scene before, reach out to us on social media. Is at the Ghana Web, all social media platforms. Send us an email, newswires@ghanaweb.com, newswire@ghanaweb.com. Let's interact, let's unite and reduce the rate of accidents on our roads. Thank you for watching this episode of Bloggers Forum. We'll come your way some other time with yet another riveting discussion. I am Benefo Boabin Abrantipa.